What's up, guys? Lauren Filardi here. I'm going to do a different show today. I wanted to do something that I'm really passionate about, and that's movies. Movies for me, I've always, since I was a kid, I've always been interested in movies. I go over the summer. I think I go to the movie theater twice a week to see what comes out, what new movies are out. Yeah, it's just something that I just really like. I really enjoy just sitting down and um, getting involved into a storyline and seeing how the actors portray the characters in their own way, because everybody has a different feel of an act of a character and of what a character would say or do, and so I'm a really big fan of movies. So I thought I'd do a show about it. So I just wanted to uh, start off with some remakes. I think that's always a good way to start. To start off with remakes, you know. Um, there's a lot. I mean, in the past 5 years, there's been a lot of remakes of movies. Um, I'm a fan of remakes. Not a lot of people are fans of remakes. I enjoy remakes. I mean, unless it's like a movie like a classic movie that you just can't, like Shawshank Redemption. I don't think you could ever recreate Shawshank Redemption or The Godfather, or Two Floor of the Cuckoo's Nest. Like you can't recreate those kinds of movies. You just can't. Um, the Sandlot, even though they made a sequel to it, stupid. um, but again, you can't really remake really classic movies. But some movies can be recreated, and I think, um, do I believe Ghostbusters should have been recreated? Probably not. I like where they were going with the whole all girl thing. I really enjoy that. Do I think it should have been remade? No. But it's not my decision. But a movie that's being remade that I'm super excited. Well, not remade, but it's the fifth movie. Indiana Jones is coming out July 19th, 2019. I cannot wait. I've already set a reminder on my phone. I have. I'm super excited about it. Harrison Ford's going to be in it, obviously, because who else would play Indiana Jones but Harrison Ford? Steven Spielberg's directing it, obviously, because who else would direct Indiana Jones but Steven Spielberg? He directed all four of the other movies starting back in 1981. And the last one was made in, I believe it was 2008, with Shia LaBeouf, Crystal Skull. But something that really caught my attention was all four of the movies that were made, combined, brought in $2 billion combined. That's globally. That's a lot of money. But that franchise is just, it's really amazing. I mean, you can always sit and watch an Indiana Jones movie and kind of get into it. But I'm really excited about it, and Disney actually bought the rights to this movie back in 2013, so they're producing this movie, but a screenwriter hasn't been assigned to it yet, which they have 3 years, so I'm not worried about that. They're gonna get a really good screenwriter for it, and I'm excited. I mean, I like what they did with Crystal Skull, with Shia LaBeouf and everything. And I mean, it's been a while since 1981, so they had all new technology and production and all that. So I'm really excited for it. Um, Another movie that's going into sequel is Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted 3. Bill and Ted, if you haven't seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Bogus Journey, you have to go see it or get it. It's on Netflix if you have Netflix, and I'm pretty sure you can find it really anywhere online. It's not like, oh my gosh, like a Shawshank or something like that, but it's a funny kind of, every time I every time I talk about Bill and Ted, I just kind of want to, yeah, it's kind of one of those movies that they're like kind of like these, live in San Berdeas. I think that's the name of the town that they live in. And they're just kind of like these like surfer skater boy kind of like kind of guys. Keanu Reeves is in it. I can't believe I'm doing this. Keanu Reeves is in it. Which he's a young Keanu Reeves in that, so it's really good. Um but they're not. I've known about this movie being made. It's been rumored for a really long time now. Um, but an interview with Keanu Reeves, he said that they're really not any closer to kind of getting to the final product. They just sent another draft in of the movie, so they're still going over it. But they just said that Keanu said that he just wants it to be perfect. He wants it to be right. He wants it to be the way that everybody has been deciding, been, you know, envisioned it for the past couple of years. So I can't wait for it. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be, I think if you're a Bill and Ted lover, I think it's going to be good to kind of see them, 20 plus years later. Um, Now this is a complete remake movie, not a sequel or anything. This is a complete remake. Um, Ben Hur is being remade. Ben Hur was originally came out back in 1959 with Charlton Heston. And Charlton Heston is an unbelievable actor, unbelievable. Especially back in those times. I mean, during the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, amazing actors back then. Paul Newman, obviously Charlton Heston, Elizabeth Taylor, all of them amazing, amazing actors and actresses. So when I saw that they were remaking Ben Hur, I got a little excited. Ben Hur is a very, very, very good movie. Um, and especially, I mean, I'm a big fan of movies being remade from, back in the day, like I said, back in the day. Um, because, you're going from the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, I mean, even coming up, but like back in the 50s, and 40s and 50s, they didn't have the technology that we have now. No CGI that we have now. Not even kind of cameras that we have now. So I'm really excited for that to come out. I'm just checking my notes. Jack Houston, who is in The Longest Ride, American Hustle. If you see him, you'll know him. He's going to be Ben Hur. And the god himself, Morgan Freeman, is going to be in this movie. So how bad could this movie possibly be? It's not going to be bad at all. I don't see this movie being that bad. I'm really excited for it. I just watched the trailer for it, and it looks amazing. I mean, the special effects, the acting, it really does look like a really, really good movie. So I'm excited for that. And that comes out, I believe, in August at the end of the summer. So that's going to be a really good movie to kind of get to see before school starts back up again. But speaking about, I mean, now going into the movies that are coming out now, this is a big, big year for kind of for superhero movies. Especially what comes out in 2 weeks. Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing, amazing, amazing movie. The cast is unreal. I mean, I had my doubts about Ben Affleck being Batman. I'm a Christian Bale Batman fan. I thought the Batman trilogy that came out with what Christopher Nolan did with it was unbelievable. And I'm a big Christian Bale Batman fan. But that's just me. I mean, a lot of people, didn't like Christian Bale as Batman. But from what I've seen from all the trailers, and I have watched every single trailer that's come out, I'm really excited. I mean, Ben Affleck, I didn't think he could do it, but from what it looks like from the trailers, it looks like it's going to be an insane movie. And just to kind of get a feel of how good this movie is actually going to be, I wrote down some numbers. Analysts are estimating. They've estimated that the movie has already sold $20 to $25 million worth in advance tickets. That's already outselling Deadpool, Furious 7, and the Avengers. And if you go back, I mean, look at Deadpool. Deadpool just came out. Deadpool was an unbelievable movie. I mean, it brought in $700 million in the box office, and the budget for that movie was $58 million. So that's just going to be, I mean, if this is already beating Deadpool, Furious 7, and The Avengers, three amazing movies that came out, like, this is going to be a huge movie. And they're estimating domestic sales for the weekend, just for opening weekend, $120 to $140 million, and globally $300 to $340 million. Now, these are just estimates. And again, it could go either way. I mean, it could be a complete bust, which I doubt it's going to be. Just because you look at the cast, you look at everybody, it's not going to be a bust. There's no way it can. It's Batman and Superman. they can't be busts. You know what I mean? But it can go. I mean, really, it could go either way. But I'm expecting it to do really really well, and so obviously so are the analysts. But that's a lot of movie, and I'm just really really excited for that. And then the other superhero movie, Captain America: Civil War, that comes out May 6th, 2016. So these movies are coming out pretty much. Um, not right around the corner from each other, but a good time in between each other where you're going to be like, oh, and superhero movie's down. Oh, another superhero movie's coming back in May. So we're good with that. But just I recently just watched a new TV spot for Captain America, and I was really, really, really excited to see that Spider-Man's in it. Sorry if nobody's seen it yet. It's not really a spoiler alert because they put it in the trailer. Um, and in the new TV spot, they kind of gave you a sense of who's on whose side. So I wrote it down. So on Captain America's side, he's got Hawkeye, he's got the Winter Soldier, and then he's got Falcon. Obviously, he's got Falcon. He's got two newbies on his team. It's Scarlet Witch and Ant-Man. I was really excited to see Ant-Man in this movie because I loved Ant-Man. I thought Paul Rudd did a really good job with it. And then Scarlet Witch, which she's making, I believe it's her first appearance in any superhero movie. And then for Iron Man's team, he's got Black Widow, Black Panther, Crossbones, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, he comes at the end. And I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's going to be like a kid, obviously. And it's not going to be Andrew Garfield either. It's somebody else. But I mean, Captain America, I've been anticipating this movie from back in September when everybody was talking about it. It's the time for superhero movies. It really is. I mean, we have the technology for it. We have the CGI for it. It really is, and we have the actors for it. I mean, we have amazing actors for all of our superheroes. If you look down the line and you go through it, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner. It goes on and on with all these amazing actors and actresses that are portraying these superheroes, and even in our X-Men movies too. So I'm really, really excited for what 2016 has to offer for movies. I'm still keeping an eye out for anything new that's coming up, any new production news about any of the new stuff that's coming out. So, I mean, that's all I have for now. But hopefully I see you guys next week, and we'll have some good movies. See you guys later.